Happy Feel Good Friday. So, this is the final part of the Love Yourself First series that I've been doing for the month of February. And this is, we're going to talk about today self forgiveness. And so, after trauma, we may respond to our world in a very dysregulated state. And because of that, we are going to possibly get into certain situations or respond to certain things differently than we would if we were in a more healed and regulated state. So, for example, a lot of times people get into substance abuse. They have struggles with food, have struggles in relationships, have struggles with money. Like, there's a lot of ways of coping that are not deemed healthy that survivors of trauma will engage in. And so, after we start to heal and we start to understand what we've done, here comes the guilt, here comes the remorse. And so, it may be very difficult for us to forgive ourselves for the things that we did when we were in our trauma. And so, one of the things that we have to do, one of the things we have to realize is that the person that we were then is not the person that we are now. And that doesn't excuse the behavior, but we do have to come to a point of forgiving that person that was really knee deep in the trauma and really embedded in the trauma triggers and not really understanding how to cope and how to regulate and how to deal with things without, resorting to unhealthy coping skills. And so, one of the ways that we can do that is actually maybe writing a therapeutic letter or some type of memorial to the person that we once were. And in that letter, just, forgive that person that used to do those very self-destructive things, not understanding that healing was right around the corner, right? When we're in that state, we don't understand that there's better for us. So we do those things out of desperation. Another way that we struggle with self-forgiveness is if once we're healed, we are surrounded by people who are not. So, the rose-colored glasses come off when you're in a more healed, regulated state, and you start to see people for who they really are. And a lot of the people that we once thought were our best friends or people that were really supportive are actually still in their trauma. And so we don't want to really be a part of that anymore. We want to be at peace. We want to be, well. And so it's kind of difficult to drag someone with us on our healing journey that's not ready. And so we have to forgive ourselves as well for actually healing and actually being better and actually choosing a different route than some of our friends and family that are still embedded in trauma memories and trauma situations and not really ready to move forward. So self-forgiveness of before healing and after healing has to happen along the journey, along our healing journey. And, we just have to confront the person that we used to be, and we have to celebrate the person that we are, because the person that we are, we may actually lose some people along the way as we continue to grow and heal, and that's okay. But we have to forgive, and we have to let go of the guilt, and we have to let go of the shame that trauma has brought to us. And that's how we continue to heal and forgive ourselves along the way. All right, bye.